Your computer is working normally, applications are open, files are being edited. Then, without warning, everything freezes. The screen turns blue. White text fills the display with cryptic error codes and memory addresses. A sad face emoticon mocks your confusion. And at the bottom, a percentage slowly climbs as the system collects diagnostic information before restarting, erasing whatever work you had not saved. This is the blue screen of death. And across forums, support communities, and social media, users are reporting a surge of these crashes following recent Windows updates, driver installations, or seemingly random system events. Some are calling it the kill switch crash, a term that evokes deliberate sabotage or catastrophic failure rather than ordinary technical problems. The question spreading through the Windows community is whether these crashes represent isolated incidents affecting specific configurations or whether something more systemic is occurring. Are these failures predictable? Are they preventable? And what exactly triggers a modern Windows system to abandon everything it is doing and crash to protect itself? Because understanding blue screen crashes requires understanding what is happening in the hidden depths of your operating system, where kernel code manages hardware, where drivers interface with devices, and where a single corrupted byte can bring the entire system down in milliseconds. This is not a story about a single bug or a specific patch. This is about the fundamental fragility that exists beneath the polished surface of modern computing. The blue screen of death, known to engineers as a stop error or bug check, is Windows' emergency response to a critical system failure that cannot be recovered without restarting. When Windows displays a blue screen, it is not malfunctioning in the colloquial sense. It is functioning exactly as designed under catastrophic circumstances. The system has detected a condition so severe that continuing operation would risk data corruption, hardware damage, or unpredictable behavior. Rather than allow potentially dangerous code execution to continue, Windows halts all activity, displays diagnostic information, saves a memory dump for later analysis, and forces a restart. Understanding what triggers blue screens requires understanding the architecture of Windows at the kernel level. The Windows kernel operates in a privileged processor mode called Ring 0, where code has unrestricted access to all hardware, memory, and system resources. This privilege is necessary for the kernel to manage the computer, but it also means kernel code must be absolutely correct. A bug in a user application running in Ring 3 can crash that application without affecting the system. But a bug in kernel code can corrupt critical data structures, cause infinite loops that freeze the system, or execute invalid instructions that put the processor into undefined states. Blue screens occur when the kernel detects conditions indicating it can no longer guarantee system stability or data integrity. Common triggers include memory corruption, where kernel data structures contain invalid values due to bugs in drivers or the kernel itself. If the kernel reads a pointer that should reference a valid memory address but instead contains garbage data, attempting to use that pointer will cause an access violation. The kernel's exception handler detects this fault and initiates a bug check. Driver failures represent the most frequent cause of blue screens. Drivers are kernel mode programs written by hardware manufacturers that allow Windows to communicate with graphics cards, network adapters, storage controllers, and countless other devices. Because drivers run in kernel mode with full system privileges, bugs in driver code directly cause kernel crashes. A graphics driver that incorrectly manages memory can overwrite kernel structures. A network driver with race conditions can access freed memory. An audio driver that fails to handle error conditions properly can pass invalid data to kernel functions. Hardware instability creates another category of failures. Failing RAM modules that randomly flip bits corrupt data as it passes through memory. Overheating processors produce incorrect computation results. Unstable power supplies cause voltage fluctuations that create transient errors in RAM or storage controllers. These hardware failures manifest as seemingly random blue screens with varying error codes because the corruption occurs at unpredictable locations. The error codes and messages displayed on blue screens provide diagnostic information for troubleshooting. The stop code, typically a hexadecimal value like 0xE, or a human-readable string like kernel mode. Exception not handled indicates the category of failure the kernel detected. Additional parameters specify memory addresses, driver names, or other context. The memory dump file, written during the crash, contains the complete state of kernel memory at the time of failure, allowing engineers to analyze exactly what was happening when the crash occurred. Critically, blue screens are symptoms, not causes. The actual cause is always an underlying bug in code or failing hardware. The blue screen is Windows recognizing that something is catastrophically wrong and shutting down to prevent further damage. Blaming Windows for blue screens is like blaming a smoke alarm for a fire. The alarm is doing its job by alerting you to danger. The term kill switch, when applied to blue screen crashes, does not refer to any documented Windows feature or deliberate mechanism. Rather, it emerges from how online communities interpret and discuss technical problems when widespread failures occur simultaneously. Understanding how these narratives develop requires examining the information environment, where technical issues are discussed and the cognitive patterns humans apply to random or complex events. When a Windows update, particularly a major feature update or cumulative patch, introduces a regression bug affecting specific hardware or software configurations, users with those configurations begin experiencing crashes simultaneously. From each individual user's perspective, their system was working fine until the update installed, and now it crashes repeatedly. When these users seek help online, they discover dozens or hundreds of others reporting similar problems following the same update. The pattern appears deliberate, coordinated, or at least systemic rather than random. Humans are pattern recognition machines, and we instinctively search for simple, comprehensible explanations for negative events affecting us. A deliberate kill switch, whether as sabotage, enforcement mechanism, or incompetence, provides a simpler narrative than the actual explanation involving interaction between specific driver versions, particular hardware configurations, and edge case bugs in kernel code that only manifest under precise conditions. The kill switch narrative is also more emotionally satisfying because it provides something to blame and potentially resist. Historically, several incidents have fueled suspicion about deliberate or negligent system-breaking updates. In 2020, a Windows update caused blue screens on systems with certain printer drivers installed. The bug affected hundreds of thousands of machines before Microsoft pulled the update and issued a fix. To affected users, the experience was indistinguishable from deliberate sabotage. Their systems worked perfectly. They installed a Microsoft update, and their systems became unusable. Security software creates another scenario that appears like coordinated system failure. Kernel mode antivirus and security tools operate at the same privilege level as the Windows kernel itself. When these tools have bugs, or when Windows updates change kernel interfaces in ways the security software was not designed to handle, the result can be widespread blue screens affecting all users of that security product simultaneously. The most notable example occurred in 2024 when a faulty update to CrowdStrike's Falcon security software caused blue screens on millions of Windows systems worldwide, creating cascading failures across airlines, hospitals, and critical infrastructure. This was not a Windows problem, but a third-party driver issue. Yet to end users, Windows crashed, reinforcing the perception of system instability. The kill switch narrative also gains traction when updates appear to enforce new policies or requirements. When Windows updates check for TPM presence or enforce secure boot requirements, systems failing these checks may refuse to boot or exhibit errors. Users interpret as deliberate lockout rather than security enforcement. The line between security feature and forced compliance becomes blurred in user perception. Technical reality is more mundane. Most blue screen clusters following updates result from bugs introduced in driver updates bundled with Windows Update, from regressions in kernel code affecting specific configurations, or from incompatibilities between new Windows versions and third-party kernel mode software. These are engineering failures, not conspiracies, but the distinction provides little comfort to users facing data loss and system downtime. The increasing frequency and variety of blue screen causes in modern Windows systems reflects fundamental growth in operating system complexity over the past 2 decades. Understanding why requires examining the layers of software and hardware that must cooperate perfectly for a modern PC to function. Device drivers represent the most obvious complexity source. A Windows 11 system typically has dozens of kernel mode drivers loaded simultaneously. Graphics drivers alone contain hundreds of thousands of lines of code implementing DirectX, Vulkan, OpenGL, video encoding and decoding, display management, and power optimization. Network drivers manage multiple protocols, packet filtering, quality of service, and virtualization support. Storage drivers implement caching, encryption, RAID management, and trim commands for SSDs. Each driver is developed independently by different hardware manufacturers with varying development practices and testing rigor. These drivers must all coexist in the kernel's memory space without conflicts. Firmware complexity has exploded with UEFI replacing traditional BIOS. Modern UEFI firmware is essentially a complete operating system running before Windows loads. It manages secure boot cryptographic verification, TPM communication, power management, hardware initialization, and runtime services that Windows calls during operation. Bugs in UEFI firmware can cause blue screens that appear to be Windows problems, but actually originate in code Microsoft did not write and cannot easily debug. Virtualization-based security introduces additional layers. Windows 11 uses hypervisor technology to create isolated execution environments for security-critical code. Features like Credential Guard and Device Guard run in virtualization-based secure enclaves. The Windows kernel itself runs as a guest under the hypervisor layer. This architecture dramatically improves security by protecting sensitive operations from kernel-level malware. But it also creates new failure modes where hypervisor bugs, misconfigured virtual machine settings, or hardware virtualization problems manifest as blue screens. TPM integration adds another component to the boot and runtime environment. Drivers communicating with a TPM, measured boot processes that create cryptographic attestations, and BitLocker disk encryption that unseals keys based on platform measurements all introduce complexity. TPM firmware bugs, driver issues, or measurement mismatches can prevent systems from booting or cause crashes during operation. Security software operates at kernel level with deep hooks into system operation. Antivirus products intercept file operations, network traffic, process creation, and memory allocation. Endpoint protection software monitors system calls and behavior patterns. These tools must maintain compatibility with Windows kernel internals that change with each update. When Windows modifies internal kernel structures or interfaces, security software built against older interfaces can crash. Cloud-connected services create dependencies on network availability and remote systems. Windows Update, license verification, diagnostic data upload, OneDrive synchronization all assume connectivity. While most cloud dependencies do not directly cause blue screens, they create scenarios where offline systems behave differently, potentially triggering bugs that only manifest without network access. The cumulative effect is that modern Windows systems have thousands of interacting components from dozens of vendors operating at multiple privilege levels with complex interdependencies. Testing every possible configuration combination is mathematically impossible. Microsoft tests thousands of hardware configurations, but with millions of possible permutations of hardware, firmware, drivers, and third-party software, edge cases inevitably exist that trigger crashes in production environments but never appeared during testing. While eliminating blue screen risk entirely is impossible due to the complexity just described, users can take concrete steps to minimize likelihood and impact. The most important is defensive update strategy. Before installing major Windows feature updates, create a full system backup and ensure you have a recent restore point. Windows theoretically creates restore points automatically before major updates, but these can fail or be deleted by cleanup utilities. Manually creating a restore point before updating provides insurance. For users with critical systems, deferring major updates for several weeks allows early adopters to discover problems before you encounter them. Windows Update settings in Pro Editions allow deferring feature updates while still receiving security patches. This provides protection without exposing you to day one update bugs. Monitoring Windows community forums and tech news for reports of blue screens following recent updates helps inform whether to proceed or wait for fixes. Driver maintenance is critical but often neglected. Outdated drivers cause blue screens, but so do bleeding-edge drivers with new bugs. The safest approach is staying one or two versions behind the absolute latest unless you are experiencing problems the new driver specifically addresses. Avoid beta drivers unless testing is your explicit goal, when Windows Update installs driver updates automatically. Verify the drivers are stable before assuming newer is better. Device Manager allows rolling back to previous driver versions if new ones cause problems. System file integrity checking. Using built-in Windows tools can detect and repair corrupted system files before they cause crashes. Running sfc/scanno from an elevated command prompt checks all protected system files and replaces corrupted ones from cached copies. The DSM tool can repair the component store that SFC relies on if it becomes corrupted. Regular use of these tools, perhaps monthly, catches developing problems before catastrophic failures occur. Memory testing, with tools like Windows Memory Diagnostic or memtest86, identifies failing RAM before random crashes become frequent. RAM failures are insidious because they cause intermittent, seemingly random blue screens that are difficult to diagnose without specific testing. Running comprehensive memory tests overnight eliminates or confirms hardware failure as a cause. Monitoring system temperatures and ensuring adequate cooling prevents thermal-induced instability. Overheating processors throttle performance and can produce incorrect computation results. Thermal monitoring utilities alert you to dangerous temperatures before hardware damage or crashes occur. Cleaning dust from cooling systems and ensuring proper airflow are basic but often overlooked maintenance tasks. Event viewer examination after blue screens provides diagnostic information. The system log records the stop code and often the faulting driver. While interpreting crash dumps requires expertise most users lack, identifying which driver is repeatedly mentioned in crash logs points toward culprits for further investigation. Searching the stop code and driver name often reveals whether known issues and fixes exist. Disabling hardware acceleration in specific applications can work around buggy graphics drivers without requiring system-wide changes. If blue screens occur consistently while using certain programs, particularly during video playback or 3D rendering, disabling hardware acceleration in those applications uses software rendering instead, avoiding driver bugs. The persistence of blue screens in modern Windows, despite decades of development and billions of dollars invested in quality assurance, reveals fundamental tensions in operating system design. Microsoft faces irreconcilable demands. Users want rock-solid stability, but they also want the latest features. They want perfect hardware compatibility, but manufacturers produce drivers of varying quality. They want top-tier security, but security features add complexity that creates new failure modes. They want everything to work together seamlessly, but third-party software vendors introduce code that Microsoft cannot fully control or test. The trajectory of Windows development over the past decade prioritizes security and features over stability. This is not reckless, but reflects rational threat assessment. Unpatched security vulnerabilities lead to massive botnets, ransomware epidemics, and data breaches affecting millions. In that threat environment, accepting some stability risk from rapid security patching is justified. Features like virtualization-based security, while adding complexity, provide protection against attack classes that were previously unstoppable. But this prioritization has costs. Older Windows versions like Windows 7, while lacking modern security features, achieved remarkable stability because they were simpler and changed less frequently. Users could run Windows 7 systems for years without crashes if hardware was stable and drivers were mature. Modern Windows, with continuous updates, ever-growing feature sets, and deep integration with cloud services and security layers, has more surface area for bugs and interactions to cause failures. The testing problem is computationally unsolvable. Testing every combination of hardware, firmware, drivers, and software configurations that exist in the real world requires testing more scenarios than can be executed in available time. Microsoft uses telemetry data, machine learning, and staged rollouts to catch problems affecting large populations. But edge cases affecting small percentages of users inevitably reach production. The kill switch blue screen crash, whatever specific incident the term references, is ultimately a reminder that beneath the polished interfaces and seamless experiences, we have come to expect from modern computing lies extraordinary complexity. Millions of lines of code executing billions of instructions per second, coordinating hardware components manufactured on different continents, running drivers developed by dozens of companies, all managed by an operating system trying to balance security, compatibility, and innovation simultaneously. When this towering edifice of complexity occasionally collapses into a blue screen, the appropriate response is not panic, but recognition that the remarkable fact is not that computers sometimes crash, but that they work at all. Every blue screen reveals a truth we prefer to ignore during normal operation. Your computer is not a reliable appliance, but an impossibly complex system held together by careful engineering, extensive testing, and constant maintenance. The appearance of simplicity, the friendly desktop, the intuitive applications, the responsive interface is an achievement of design hiding the chaos underneath. And as operating systems grow more complex to deliver more features, deeper security, and richer experiences, the potential for that chaos to break through increases. The question facing the computing industry is whether the current trajectory, continuous feature addition, expanding security layers, growing cloud dependencies, deeper hardware integration, is sustainable. Each new layer adds value, but also adds fragility. Each new feature requires more code, more testing, and more potential for interactions that cause failures. At some point, complexity may exceed our ability to manage it reliably. Perhaps we are already there, and blue screens are simply the price we pay for demanding that our computers do everything. The alternative would be simplification, reducing features to achieve reliability. But markets do not reward simplicity. Users, despite complaining about crashes, continue demanding new capabilities. The pressure is always toward more, not less. So the blue screens will continue. Engineers will fix the specific bugs causing today's crashes, and tomorrow, new bugs and new code will cause tomorrow's crashes. Because the only way to eliminate crashes entirely would be to stop changing the system. And in modern computing, stopping means falling behind. The blue screen is not a kill switch. It is a warning light illuminating the price of progress.